And we're back! Spiral Damascus, part 2. Since last time, I've had some time to work out process. I tried bigger round, I tried rhombus, I tried flat bar that I pinched the corners on, and that one worked best. So then I ended up figuring out starting stock of that to pinch it to have enough length to curl it around. It's really important to get sharp corners, and the material's just not gonna flow that way. So these are little test bits that I ground. But you can see I was just worried about the inside point, the outside that's gonna just forge in. But you can see that side looked like that. Nesting them all together, there's a little bit of a gap in the middle. I'm more concerned with getting them to touch in the middle than having gaps out on the outside. Those are gonna close up real fast. You can see, let me flip them around. You can see how big of a gap it is if you don't have fine points to them. Yeah, so look at that huge gap. That's not gonna work. You might be able to squeeze that all in, but the chances of them all coming in and meeting in the middle, that's not gonna happen. And that's kind of the whole point of this, is having that central point spiraling out. Which also I decided we were gonna do 7. I bumped it up to 9 just so that they would be thinner and be more curved. Also, because Armadillo has 9 bands, so that's a fun little tidbit. Maybe we'll call it Armadillo-escus or something. I don't know. We'll workshop that. Anyway, yeah, so you can see that was the rhombus. Kind of just pinched those corners and didn't fold up very good. Pre-forming it to where you have those nice sharp corners before folding it up works really good. So that's what we're gonna do. Stack, I got it prepped and welded tacked together. I ended up surface grinding them down just a little bit because of the layers. When you squish them, the very outside doesn't really move. It kind of stays put. So you have these lines coming up to where, you know, when those stack up, it would be more loopy. And I want more sharp corners. So you deck that down, you know, just a little bit and get rid of that. So then when it's coming around, thank you for your service. You get these nice sharper fingers that, you know, when we cut it, they'll be finer and more fingery. So yeah, I wasn't worried about, you know, surface finish, but I just wanted that pattern. We're gonna forge it down, pinch it in half, and then take it to 5/8 by 1 3/4. And we're gonna take the beer can dies over there and pinch it out and get it as sharp as we can on the tips, ending at 2 3/4, keeping the center the 5/8. Then with that, we'll take it. I was thinking about making a bigger bottom swage to start it to fold up, but I've got a big square die that we'll use along with the beer can to just kind of get it started. So then from that, it's already started to bend, so we can take that vertically in the rounding dies and start it to roll over along with the mandrel top tool dealio. Let's light up the forge and stick it. bandsaw. So here's that last mild steel test that we did. I chopped it up. It's looking really good. It really nests together nice. So we've got our bars. I had them forged out and preformed, and then I realized I need to know which way the pattern's going so that I bend them both the same way. Because if I bent one way and one the other, the black outer would end up being the black inner of half of them, and that's not good. Well, it'd still look cool, but it wouldn't be the plan. So I got them here. Ow! Also, I've got 2 bars and I have 9 pieces to cut. So I was thinking they ended up shorter than I expected. So I'm gonna try and squish them or use them both for one billet, because otherwise using 1 bar per billet, they'd end up being like an inch long. There's 9 pieces there, evenly spaced with a nice little pair of billet dividers. I was thinking if it was gonna be longer, I could use those dividers to lay it out and then cut it where that 5th imaginary piece would end, instead of just cutting it straight in half and then having waste. But I'm just gonna combine these 2 together probably and just have a little bit of waste and having a longer billet instead of a tiny billet. The pattern looks really good. I've got a marked top to where they'll bend up this way, so they'll both be the same, and then I'll start rolling them up. So yeah, we'll normalize these, chop them up, clean them up. We got a 1.5 inch small wheel on the grinder to clean up the inside and then just kind of smooth out the outside, and they're all just nest together and make a nice little spirally blue hedgehog Damascus. So yeah, stick around for part 3 where we'll do that and get the final reveal of the pattern. Have fun.